it's me, DisBearity here, and I'm here to give you guys some gaming news to keep you guys up to date within the gaming world. Now, from what's been told here is that Marvel's Avengers has disassembled. Now, that is a great freaking title, and I love it. I honestly do love it. So this is from Xpeter. I believe they are a credible source, but just in case, there is a major source from the Avengers team themselves, which I will go over later on in this video here. So first things first is that we're going to read this here. Plans to seize development on Marvel's Avengers have accelerated at Crystal Dynamics, with sources pointing to an announcement as early as next week. Avengers lead developer Brian has parted ways with Crystal Dynamics. So these are all just the highlights here that we're going to be going through, as you guys see here. So that's really interesting. So go ahead and read this here. Marvel's Avengers had never had a particularly easy time in the press. The ill-fated licensed shooter from Tomb Raider developer Crystal Dynamics has seen headlines ranging from Marvel's Avengers no longer has a roadmap coming, to Marvel's Avengers update leaks your IP address since launching back in September. Now, keep in mind, I played this game. I played a good chunk of this game. I enjoyed it for what it was, but I felt like if it was just a single player game with like a little small multiplayer aspect to it, it would have been perfectly fine. But apparently, every game has to be a gas game or some sort. Or as you guys don't know what gas is, it's games as a service. Not every game has to be that. That's the problem here. Every developer or publisher tries to capture the trend or follow the trend of what's going on in the gaming world. So dumb. The stream from Marvel brand did little to turn the tide to the Avengers' favor, and criticism that arose during the title's closed beta continued throughout its lifespan, namely a lack of content, an overabundance of game-breaking bugs, and a community left feeling abandoned by the developers' sparse communication. This all came to head in a report here at Xpeter last December that revealed the end was in sight and that preparations were being made to sunset the title in 2023. Since then, it would seem the situation has evolved. So, this is about Brian Wagner's departure. Sources tell me that while plans to support for Marvel's Avengers did initially stretch back to half of 2023, these have quickened following the recent departure of lead developer Brian Wagner. Crystal Dynamics issued a public dressing down. Okay, that was weird. I was like dressing down to Wagner for a series of unearthed racist tweets this past November, stating that he will no longer be a studio spokesperson or communicating about the studio projects. This apparent muzzling lasted until late last week, when Wagner removed all mention of Avengers from his social media profiles and unfollowed the game's official accounts. Sources say that Wagner was indeed let go and that he will not be replaced on the increasingly small team of developers still working on Avengers, with most steadily doing double duty on one of the studio's other projects. The remaining talent are expected to be moved to full-time to Crystal Dynamics' new Tomb Raider title under Amazon Game, which I'm told is into full-scale development and is the subject of mounting pressure in the lead-up to the new reveal later this year. Alright, so we're heading into the section about how it ends. According to the sources at Crystal Dynamics, the announcement that Avengers is ceasing development could come as early as next week. Their exit strategy includes a series of changes to the game's various systems, namely a removal of the artificial time gating and a overhaul to the available cosmetic microtransactions. I am also told that the game will remain available for sale digitally until at least September, and that the efforts are being made to keep the game playable for existing players as long as possible. So, which I'm really surprised that I'm guessing every mission that I did in the game is done, for the most part online. Outside of these changes and these subsequent bug fixes, the final regulatory schedule update is an upgrade to the player traversal. Sources tell me that this should be the entire roster's mobility in line with its most recent edition, resolving a long-standing complaint that heroes like Captain America and Hulk feel sluggish when compared to the other game's playable character. Unreleased content. Marvel's Avengers had a wealth of content in various stages of development that will ultimately not see release. These include Patrol Mode, a free-roaming mode set in the game's largest map that would see players accepting boss battles or bounties to challenge the title's antagonists in unique encounters, among other smaller objectives. These updates would have come alongside a join-in-progress functionality, allowing players to drop in and out of fire teams without interrupting gameplay, a working prototype of which I'm told was in testing last summer. A clash with the most famous Marvel villain Ultron was also in the cards, with works dating back to his early development, where he was once the narrative's primary antagonist. This boss would have seen the friendly NPC robot Roy be possessed by a sentient corrupt AI, with the players having to set up beacons in order to extract and trap the foreign consciousness. Several characters were in the pipeline as well, including She-Hulk and Captain Marvel. These two were part of the early internal content release schedule that was updated under Wagner's leadership to include the heroes like Jane Foster, Shuri, and Ironheart, which could be accomplished on a lower budget by repurposing existing assets. because those characters are pretty much Thor, Black Panther, and Iron Man, pretty much. Goodbye, Avengers. Marvel's Avengers enjoyed a modest but active fanbase that kept the struggling live servers afloat through its innumerable controversies, podcasts, wikis, Discord servers, and subreddits. Sprung to life and remained active even as the player counts dipped. The game's competitors came and went. The current and former developers I spoke with sang the praises of their co-workers and constantly described a fountain of potential kneecapped by inept studio management and Marvel Games bureaucracy. To them and the games community, Avengers meant a lot. I will remember it fondly. So basically, from what I can get from this is this: gas games don't work all the time. Shareholders, they don't care about the player base or the people. They just care about the money. And as you see that last sentence there, the whole inept management and also Marvel's bureaucracy, it's hard that, to work with Marvel / Disney and work around what they want you to do or make. Best luck to the developers. Hopefully they can find, they already have the new project or whatnot going on, which is another Tomb Raider game, Amazon Games. So it's good for Crystal Dynamics, but it's understandable why this game is going the way it is. So, it's sad, but it is what it is. So just keep in mind, TLDR, gas games don't work all the time, in my personal opinion. So for you guys who enjoyed this video, definitely consider leaving a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about it. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support and all that you guys do. You guys have a good one. If you guys enjoyed this video, please leave a like and also hit the bell notification down below. Thanks for watching.